Why? Now I get mail and loving messages from all over the world. And the other stuff I've done, you know, no one really, you know, like when I tried to play Macbeth, I just couldn't do it. You know, I haven't got that sort of mind. I'm no good at it. I can't do violence or tough guys or anything like that, because violence and tough guys don't interest me. They don't interest me because I'm afraid of that. They just don't engage my imagination. You know, I live in a world, people think, and they're right probably, I live in cloud cuckoo land. You know, where the good guy wins, and he wins wittily and charmingly, and the casualties are kept to a minimum. You know, and that's my ideal view of my existence. I know it's only idealistic, and people say it's not realistic, Tom. Wickedness does go on. I know that. I've heard about it. And sometimes I read about it all the time. But I'm no good at that, you know? I want to do sweet, gentle, funny things, you know? I want people to be happier, made happy by what I do. So there you are. So that's one thing. That's all I am.
Another question from Arnold Bloomberg. What's been the best part of meeting all your fans over the years?
Well, the best part is that it's been for me unvaried. It's been actually full of affection and approval and approval from the fact, you know, from the fact that it is the fans' approval collectively which has created me and into a kind of a world figure. The people who are there tonight, this afternoon, you are there, you're confirming your approval of me, and that makes me terribly happy.
All right. Angela Monahan again. This just caught my eye here down the page. How many cats do you currently have?
Well, I have 5 cats. I have 2 Burmese cats and 3 Siamese. But they're divided into 2 groups. The Burmese are very close to me and friendly, and one of them is very old. Coco is 18. But the Siamese cats strike me as being very aloof. They adore my wife, but every time they see me, they do double takes underneath the furniture. But I'm happy to have 2/5 of them. But of course, I have a dog as well, and she really is. She's into worship, you know. She just lies there watching me all the time. Not ever. And when I go near the fridge, she can tell whether, in fact, that I'm unwrapping some boiled ham or something, or whether she knows all the stuff. She knows me absolutely inside out, you know? And she waits by the door all day when I'm out. She waits with my wife, and then my wife opens the door and says, "Go and find Tom." And I got a very long drive in my house, very long, about 500 or 600 yards, and it's on a curve. And when I beep at the electric gate, she starts running towards me, and I see her coming round the corner, ecstatic to see me. She's totally fulfilled by the sight of me. This is very gratifying. And I think about her when I'm out at work, you know, I think about her. I don't exactly call her up because I think that would be an exaggeration. I think about her, and I'm grateful. I think I'm improved. My wife did tell me once that getting the dog improved me. I became nicer, she said, when I got the dog. So I said, shall we get another dog and double up on the niceness? Anyway, there you are.
Another question from our con-chair, Oni. Many of our attendees will probably know that in 1999, you wrote a book called The Boy Who Kicked Pigs. Would you consider writing another novel?
You know, I'm not a writer. I mean, I just wrote that when I haven't been free. I tried to reread it recently, but it's absolutely gruesome, isn't it? It's gruesome. I mean, that boy. But then I wrote it like that, you see, because you can't really write a book called A Happy Boy. You know, a good boy who loves his mum and does his homework. You know, happiness, really. You know, it strikes me that in our heads, in our imaginations, in reality, we want to have loving neighbors and good children who get their grades at school, and we want to pay our debts and sometimes go to church or whatever it is. That's what we want. We want to be happy and peaceful. But the other side of in the other area of our imagination, in another room of our imagination, we like rape and pillage and murder. And that's why we have love crime films, and that's why we have crime novels. Crime novels are probably the biggest sellers. I heard an old lady, a very old lady, asked the other day in a shop. She said, "I'd like a book about murder. Have you got anything about it?" We've got a lot of books about murder in the book shop. She said, "But I mean gruesome murder. I'm not interested in Agatha Christie's. I want it really gruesome." And he said, "Yes, we have." And it turns out, this actually, I thought when she was doing this, I couldn't believe it, I thought it was Mother Teresa. But she was a saintly old lady, but she was retreating. We all do that, don't we? We like, in our imaginations, that's not in our real life, to contemplate violence and betrayal. We do. Next question, please.
On that point, there was a theatrical show. Did you get to go see it? And if you did, what was it like?
I didn't go to see it, but I sent my wife to see it, and she said it was very interesting, and it got some very good reviews for the reasons I've just told you. You know, there are large numbers of people who like seeing plays about vile children, but he is so vile, he's so awful, and I really gave it to him at the end. He really got his comeuppance at the end. I really laid that on thick. But it was just an exercise, you know. It's still